Hey y'all.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام، كيفك يا أستاذ؟
الحمد لله، كيف حالك؟ شاطر.
تمام. بعد الحمد لله.
الحمد لله والشكر. How are you?
Yeah,
I've been doing well.
good. I'm good. Alhamdulillah, everything's going well. Can't complain. So, listen, do you prefer to speak in English or in Arabic
Hey,
ولا French?
English. It's better.
Exactly, because I'm in England, you're in America. People have to use their local language in it.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Oh yes. Tell me about yourself. This is the first time. To be honest, this is the first time I'm going live with anyone. In my business account, at least. I have not done it before.
But you should do it regularly because it's a good way to get traffic. It's a good way to spread the word.
Yeah.
And also, yani, you see right now the fact that you're live on my account means you get all of my community and my followers. And at the same time, I also get your community, your followers. So it's also a good way to grow your account.
Yes. Thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it.
All right. So I'll give you a bit of a background about me. So my name is Ashraf Najib Khalifa. I'm, well, it's my birthday today, so I've just turned 30, 34.
Happy birthday. Like,
So basically, my dad used to work for the UN. So every 4 years, 5 years, I'd get transferred to a new country. So when I was like born, my dad was living in Chad at the time, and my grandmother was living in Liverpool in England. So me and my sister were born in Liverpool, and then we went back to Chad. And then when I was 6 months old, we moved to Indonesia, Jakarta, and then I lived there for 5 years. And then I moved to Kenya for 5 years, and then I moved to Jordan for 5 years. And then when I was 15, I moved to Sudan for a holiday, what I thought was a holiday. But I ended up there for 2 years. And then when I was 17, we came here to England. And then I ended up literally staying here. And yeah, I'm still here like nearly, I came in 2006. So that's like about 14, 15 years, something like that. But yeah, um, so I graduated from an American school, and then I went to a British university called University of Surrey, and I did a degree called Technology Entrepreneurship. And then as soon as I graduated in 2010, 2011, people were like, when are you going to open up your own business and what's going on, Kida? So that's when I opened up Sudan Hub, and then that one was more like about travel, tourism, information. And then a couple of years later, so 2013, I decided to focus more on entrepreneurship within the Sudanese community and try to, encourage people to, get away from like the traditional medicine, engineering, law, and sort of set up their own, their pet projects and passion. And then since 2013, I've just been working on that. I've had a lot of, different jobs in different places. Um, yeah, so that's sort of like هنا زي ما بقولوا نبذة كده صغيرة ولا like sort of a little preview.
oh, it seems like you had a excuse me, seems like you had a colorful life. Like you traveled around the world.
Yeah.
I'm kind of envious of that actually. I want to get out and see
Like
the. Do you
good, but it's also bad
speak a lot of
because
languages since you lived in?
when I was younger, I used to know Indonesian, and then I
Mhm.
completely forgot. I did school, so my French is pretty good. And then in uni
What?
for French and
Ugh.
Arabic and English. And then for some reason in my uni there was a lot of Greek people, so they taught me like a bunch of Greek. And then yeah, I can speak like little bit of Spanish as well, poco poco. And yeah, can you hear me by the way? I don't know if the network is letting me down again.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sometimes like your voice like here for a little bit they came back, but I can hear you for the most part. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Even like for me, I can see myself freezing, but for you, you don't seem to be, which is good.
Okay. All right. Well, I can give you a little more info about myself.
Yes.
So let's see. So I was born in Sudan. I was born and raised there. And then I came to the United States in 2008. So I am from originally from Durman. Like my tribe is
Good.
Mahasiya. But say that?
حسية حسية ها؟ نايس نايس. أنا حبوبتي مع حسية.
بودك Mahasiya?
يب يب.
تتكلم محسي ولا لا؟
نعم أنا ما قدرت والله. لكن that's the next step.
Yeah, same. I don't. ما بعرف لكن هم هو بيعرفوا.
Uh,
لكن ما بعرف. Yeah, so I came to the United States in I was 11 years old when I came here, so 2008, and I've been here ever since. So I never went to Sudan like since I came, but I'm planning to go back, inshallah, next year, inshallah, to visit there. And originally, I'm a studying public health in school, and now I'm getting my master's in public health, but this time concentration in global health, and I'm just doing business on the side as like a side hustle because I really I like making natural things. I like working with my hands mostly. So my passion is just making like my side hustles, like doing hair products, like jewelry stuff like that. But I was like, okay, instead of me just making this for myself, all the hair
yeah.
products and the jewelry and face stuff, might as well just like sell it. And that's how Kanda Collections was born in a nutshell. This is a short story. It's like, okay, I have the skills, might as well just capitalize and benefit from that.
See, see, that's what I like about American mentality. You know, it's like all about hustling. It's all about, you know, making money. It's all about profit. It's all about the American dream, you know. Whereas here, it's the complete opposite. You know, in England, and I think a big part of it is because the social welfare, like the state welfare system, is just so big and so, you know, so like like filling everyone's life. So in a sense, like the main the main things that you worry about, which is healthcare, is completely free. And then also in terms of housing, like if you're homeless, and the government does come out and supports. And then I think also the other thing, because of the big welfare, like the tax system is very high. So people, and there's, and for example, if you're getting paid 21,000, which is like roughly the minimum wage type of thing, then your take home salary will be like around about 900 to $1,000 a month. Sorry, pounds. Yeah. But if you jump from 20,000 or 21,000 all the way up to 30,000, your take home pay will jump up only from like 1,400 to 1,600. You know, and if you jump all the way up to 40,000, your take home will be like 1,700, 800. You know, so there's not a high incentive to like to yani, to work. And then also in terms of setting up your own business, and even though the government supports and stuff, but it's not as yani, glamorized or incentivized, you know. But like I'm glad I've got the American mindset, and like I've always loved entrepreneurship from when I was younger and stuff. But at the same time, I've always seen it as a social, yani, because I remember when I was in when I was in Sudan, I went to the American school in Khartoum, and then I remember in 2004, 5, 6, the cafeteria was so rubbish. All they sold was like crisps, and we called chips. You guys, I mean, what we call crisps is what you guys call chips.
Hmm.
Going in the pack,
Yes.
and then juice boxes, and that's about it, right? So I remember what I did. I used to go when I live in Mulazmin, so I used to go to Good Shuhada every day, get some tamia, get some bread, make some sandwiches, and then go to school and sell it. And then eventually the school realized that, oh wow, we're like missing an opportunity. So then straight away they invested in a whole new cafeteria. Now like there's a lot more selections, you know. And it's not about making money. It's more about filling the gap. Because even with Sudanpreneur, like I've been doing this for 10 years, so I should be like a multimillionaire by now. But to be fair, because of the economic sanctions and how Sudan is in desperate need, I've been doing most things for free and just helping out and shouting out and trying to inspire people. You know, I really
I'm
like and the fact that you messaged me and you were like, "Yo, I've got my business. I'm about to launch. I need you to help out, like helping you, kida." and I don't really get that a lot. And I think it's two reasons. The first one is because, and as soon as I see someone post something, I share it straight away. So I don't really give people the chance to, to reach out. And then the second thing, people are too, I don't know whether they're shy or embarrassed or they think that it's going to cost them a lot of money, So I think that might be another. But I wanted to ask you why you decided to reach out and ask for my help and support.
I reached out. I think I ran across your page and some like I found it somehow and through Instagram. Like Sudanpreneur. Okay, what's that? So I just clicked on it. It took me to your page, and I've said, like, okay, this is like a good opportunity for me. Let me go reach out to this. I don't know it was you. I don't know because there's a lot of pictures on your Instagram. I don't know who was who. Like, let me go ahead and still reach out to see if they can help promote my business. And I did, and thankfully you replied back. I was like, okay, good. It seemed like this is something good. Let me go ahead and talk to this person, and hopefully I can get like maybe a shout out, or maybe share my story or a post. I wasn't even know what to expect, but I just shot my shoot your shot, and that's what I did. And I was hoping for the best.
If you don't ask, you don't get. And another thing that's very funny, and we just had a nice big laugh about this. So basically, I was just doing my podcast live about my grandfather, and then I saw you joined, and I told you to come, and then you sort of signed off. So then I decided to close the live. And then when you messaged me, I was like, "Yo, what happened?" You were like, "Oh, I'm just about to go get my hijab," and I was like, "Hijab? Oh, like I didn't realize that you were a girl." And I think even though I'm the biggest feminist and I love women and women are the most amazing thing, but at the same time, yani, I didn't think that you were a girl because of the way that you approached me and you're like, "Yo, please, help me out," and stuff. It wasn't because, yani, I guess maybe I'm a little bit subconsciously maybe sexist. I don't know, but that's the reality. So it's important for us to talk about this because we have to educate ourselves as well as educate the people that are joining us on this live. So, what was your perception when I told you like, oh, I thought you were a guy?
I was like, what are you talking about? How did you not know I'm a girl? Because my page is it looks feminine when you look at it. Like the picture of my products. Like I got the pink background of my products. Then I have like the setup and the flowers and things. I thought it gives a feminine vibe to my page and my business. Maybe it kind of like you overlooked it.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't really
but
look very very clearly, and then also, I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of people message me and be like, "Yo, help me, help me, help me." So to be honest, like whenever yeah, even with my newsletters, right? I don't really read every single bio or every single article very like intimately because my brain is like distracted. I'm doing so many different things. But I was just gauging you on the way that you were interacting with me. And then also I thought you were part of a team as well. I didn't think you were just by yourself. So that's another thing in my defense. But at the same time, once I went on your page and I looked, it was like completely obvious that you're doing jewelry and you know natural products and stuff like that. But I think it was just the number one, Sudanese people, and in general, they're not very entrepreneurial. And then,
yeah,
and then number two, they're not very direct, and they're not very give and take. You know what I mean? Because it was only after we spoke about what you wanted and how we could sort of do it that I found out that you're in America. But
hmm
yeah, I don't know.
actually, to be honest, when you said that you thought I was a boy, and like in a way, I was kind of flattered by it because I know that men are usually when it comes to business, they're the more direct about it. You know what I mean? They're like hustlers and go getters.
That,
I don't my at least in my people I've been around, they're not being go getters. I've been surrounded by Muslims majority of my life. Sudanese girls, Sudanese women like that. Um, and then it's like in our nature, we're like very feminine and very reserved, very cultured. So it's a rarity. But I was like, I'm not. I'm just like that in a way, but in a way, I'm a little bit different because I have like I'm not a hustler. I don't like using those terms because it kind of seems like thuggish. You know what I mean? Do whatever to get the bag, get the money.
no,
But I'm like, no, I do it halal way. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So I want to get the bag and um, do a business for myself at the same time. Oh, like I need to also help out once I get profit. So I have to give back to my community. I have to donate. I have to do all these things and thank you to God for helping me get to where I am. So that's a future thing, inshallah.
Correct.
Uh, right now, I'm just focused on making, advertising my business, getting more customers, and getting more profits.
All right. So what I'm gonna do for you as a favor,
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna do like mentoring for you. So I'll provide you for a whole year. Yeah, like once a week. All right. We can do like a Zoom call or something like that, and then we can sort of develop your business. And then the second thing, we need to do sort of a collaboration where we create a product together, and then a portion of that product will go to charity. And then after that, you will, inshallah, be super duper successful. And you know,
Inshallah. Inshallah. I'm looking forward to that collaboration, inshallah, in the future. To be honest, I'm new to this business stuff, so I'm just learning as I go. You know, I'm taking it step by step, and I just pray that I guess it's the right step forward. You know, get knocked 10 steps back. Hopefully,
the business
I don't want. I
business
mean,
journey,
huh?
the business journey is like a dance, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
it is. But I feel like
Congo.
I'm just starting it.
Forward, sometimes you go back, and then you go forward again. You get what I mean? So don't be wary of the mistakes and going back, and you know what I mean? Because yani, not everything is going to be perfect all the time. You know what I mean? As long as you have that positive outlook and positive mindset, you'll commit to it. Because listen, like 70% of businesses fail in the first year. All right,
70.
70
I know 90% of businesses fail within the 5 years.
within three.
My goodness, holy crap! Okay.
And then
I-
and
I've
also
I've got by my side. I'm praying
also
it's not gonna be.
you need to, you are the one that defines what success and failure is. So unless you have clear targets, you know what I mean? Because you might, like for me, for example, I've not really made any money really from Sudanpreneur, you know, but it's still going, you know what I mean? So,
You have any money?
no, up until up until I launched the newsletter, that's when I
Hmm.
started monetizing, you know what I mean? But up until then, I haven't really made any
But
money.
you're doing this for like 10 plus years. Like you haven't made profit since the beginning since you started.
Um, to be honest, I've always been working, or thank God for the social benefit system in this country, getting benefits. So, hence, and then also there's the most important source of money, and everyone has it. It's called the bank of mom and dad. You know, sometimes it closes early, sometimes it doesn't open ever.
Oh, that's
But
been closed for me. It's closed like since like early 20s. That's shut
the
me out. I'm on my own. I'm in my own but they help out once in a while, but I don't like to ask.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, I got my own money, got my own place, I got
You
my
don't
thing.
have business. Are you gonna starve? Are you gonna have no place to live?
Say that again?
I said, if you don't make money from your business, are you gonna starve? Are you gonna have no?
No, I have a backup plan. No, I have a backup plan. I'm still in school. I'm like still graduating. Yeah. No, I have my
What I'm
plan
saying.
B. Plan B is my what is it?
But that's what I'm saying, Yani. Your business money is not what defines it as successful or not. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You need to put in the things that make it. You get, I mean, the things that you're targeting, whether it's to have constantly new products, right? Or whether it's the amount of followers you have or the amount of impact or reach you have. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're already talking about something about charity. You see what I mean? Number one, charity starts at home, yeah.
Yeah.
But number two, like if you're taking a portion of your profits or revenue and putting it into charity, that's like, that's one of the big ways of making your business go like failing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am aware of that, but that's not what I was intending by do.
No,
I'm
I
gonna do that
totally,
later on
yeah.
when I
You see what I mean?
grow.
I totally get you. I'm just giving you like any insights. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that you need to understand, all right? So you have to do two things. Number one, you have to work on your business, all
Mm-hmm.
right? you also have to work in your business
Hmm.
every single day. You have to work. Once you've finished all the tasks or whatever, you need to take a step back and see sort of what things you could work on, right? So I'll give you like a very basic example. Like if you wanted to set up a hairdresser, all right, if you don't work on and in your business and try to make it grow and develop, in the end, all you will ever be really is, yeah, just a hairdresser. It would have made more sense for you to just work at someone else's shop. You know what I mean? So you need to, yeah, you need to always and improve, get feedback, explore, expand. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why people feel like they don't get with the times, whether it's technology, whether it's culture, whether it's competition or whatever. But yeah, yeah, that's another tip.
Yeah, I'm aware about about that one because I even though I already started my business, I already have ideas set on the side of what I'm gonna do. So I'm already thinking ahead in the future about my next steps. So I'm not just satisfied with just starting it and just running it. I already have new products that I'm gonna add. I already have like new vendors that I'm gonna reach out to. You know, so yes, in a way, I'm still kind of like
What if, because so far you've only just launched, right? So have you made your first sale or not yet?
yes,
And how
I,
many sales?
I have. I'm sorry,
How many sales have you made? Like more than 10 or less than 10?
more.
All right, nice.
I don't knock on wood. I don't want to brag about how much sales that I made so far. I just don't want to keep that like for
Yeah,
me.
no, no.
Um,
Why I said more or less. I didn't go into specific. But in terms of, yeah, and test trading and getting feedback and that stuff, have you done any of that stuff with it out?
feedback from the customers, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So far, yes, a few for the people that I've sold, but not as much as I hoped I would get. Because I have all lost like not even a week ago, like a few days ago.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
So basically, I'll give.
it's like it was Monday, I think, when I launched. So I'm just like still fairly new.
Okay, and then where do you get your, like, how do you sell? Is it all online or
Online, and sometimes I people reach out to me personally
nice?
through my friends, through my families, um, and by word of mouth too. Because so these people, I live in an area with a lot of them, so the word gets outside quickly.
Yeah,
So I leave my business card to people. Um, I do like TikToks. I try to use social media to promote my business to get more customers, and I also use like Facebook and Instagram. Like I have to pay to get more, for ads stuff like that to get my products out and viewers and stuff like that. So it's
all right.
different platform.
And then I wanted to ask you, well, I had a comment, then I completely forgot. Um, yeah, so in terms of, you said that you're studying, right? So what was the main driving force to set up the business? Like what do you, yani what's the number one, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? And number two, like what's your what's your end goal? Or do you not have an end goal?
I'll say my inspiration was like I want to be my own boss. That's the number one thing. Because I just don't want to work a 9 to 5 all my life. So
Yeah.
education was a good thing to get. But I feel like that was not enough, you
Mm,
know. And I want to do so many things, but the income was not there. So I was like, school's good, but I need something that would give me and my parents a better life. Um, and also allow me to help others too. So this is where the idea of the business came from. I was like, okay, let me use my skills to build this business, uh, earn money, help my family, and help others. That's basically the inspiration behind it. And I want
okay.
to have it something Sudanese like slash like Nubian related. And I just do want to go the Sudanese route because I just want to keep in the Nubian route because for my tribe, for the just to bring names
Shout
to
out
keep the
my
Nubian. That's what it is.
dude, I like it. And then in terms of your competition and your business plan, where are you on that sort of element?
Business competitions. I don't think I have any that I'm competing with. is the market online. There's obviously billions of millions out there, but right now I'm just focusing on like standing out compared to other businesses. Standing out, making my prices fair.
Oh, perfect.
So,
Remembered what I wanted to ask you, which was, what is your USP? Do you know what a USP is?
no.
Right. So a USP is a unique selling point. So what makes you and your product stand out from, and what's your differentiator?
That's a very good question. I'd say maybe because it's
Uh,
like they're not many Sudanese entrepreneurs out there, especially Sudanese women, Muslim women out there. So I kind of like I thought that would make me stand out a little bit. And then me using like naming my business Kandaka Collections is also not like a very common name to use for businesses. Especially the logo too, it stands out. It's not like a typical uh logo saying like my products are natural too, and I know some people are not looking for things that have too many chemicals inside them. And I also want to keep it cultural too, because I'm selling also Sudanese cultural products on there. Starting off with the khumra, but more products are coming in the future. But that's I want to keep it cultural. I want to keep it as chemical free, preservative free as possible, and as and I just want to be like a Sudanese entrepreneur. That's it.
okay. Um, yeah. So remember, when you're in business, and especially when you're talking about your own business, you should be able to explain it to someone that's like 11 years old and younger, and they totally get it. So the simpler and the dumber you make it, the better. And then also and concise as well. So I guess, like, to paraphrase what you just said, if you say, so your business is about Sudanese culture, about natural products, all right, about quality, I take it, because natural is expensive slash quality. And then it's about your very, very unique area, which is the Mahas as well. At the same time, I mean, obviously you've got the Nagla and the Mahal Fawin and stuff, but it's like specific to like North, sort of. And then I guess
Yeah,
the
that was intent behind it because I wanted
what I
um
need to understand, Danny, because for me, I've been doing Sudanpreneur for a long time. So I just want to say, like, 70% of the entrepreneurs and the that I've seen and seen them be successful over time, a lot of it is to do with women. Like a lot of very successful women. And then the other thing, you need to live and die by your niche, because you see in business you can't do everything. You know what I mean? You need to figure out what sort of area you're going to play in, and you're going to focus on that. And then what I would recommend for you is to network and partner up with with other Nubian sort of, because I know, for example, there's one guy who's setting up like a Nubian like language book or children's book, and then also,
I think I've heard of him.
yeah, I
He's
mean,
on I follow him on Twitter.
Rami Dawood, yeah,
Yeah, I follow him.
exactly. And then also the other thing, and I think there's a gap like in your business. What I think you should do is try to also empower, you know what I mean? So make it sort of like a membership. I don't want to say like a pyramid scheme, you know what I mean? But get people to, yeah, to learn how to make your products, and then get them to sell, because in that way it will multiply your sales and stuff. But the other thing you're gonna have to be wary of is, yeah, the rest of Sudan, because as you know, we're very, we don't like each other. And then especially if you're trying to make it in and fit to a specific person's understanding of Sudan, they're not going to be happy, and they're going to, because also the thing you have to remember, if you're targeting the northern Sudanese, that means your incomes is a lot smaller. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting a smaller piece of the pie. But
Yeah, but I'm not really targeting the Northern Sudanese. I'm just using my tribal culture, my tribal language for my
you
business. But my business for all of Sudan, and it's a global
know what
thing.
I'm
I
saying,
just use
but it's part of the brand. You see what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so you have to make the brand open and accessible. And then the other thing I'd say is make it open to non-Sudanese, because that's where you'll be successful.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm at,
I'm talking about my own experience. Like I see Sudanese people, not only are they and they're off put by when you try to make things like from Darfur or from
mhm.
Lokida, and then on top of that, they're so cheap they don't want to pay as well. So that's the other big problem that we have.
Hopefully my business not doesn't seem exclusive. You know,
Not
hopefully it's
just like it didn't come across as exclusive for me. At the
okay.
same, as soon as you put the name Kandaka, especially you know what's happening with the trademarking of Kandaka in Sudan, and sorry in America.
Yes.
You see, there's a lot of negative connotations that come with it that you have to be prepared to yani, to back and to go through as well.
Hopefully it won't be a problem. I'm hoping and praying it won't be a problem.
Inshallah. And then you have to explain to people like they're dumb what your mission statement, what you're trying to do. You get what I mean?
I thought it was pretty clear, my mission statement.
No, but what's your
Just
what
let your
problem
thoughts for everyone.
what problem are you trying to solve? You see, you have not really solving a problem. Because
Does it
that's
have to does it have to be like my mission statement to solve a problem?
yani, as
Is
an
that
entrepreneur, yani, that is usually what qualifies as someone that's an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So you're usually able to explain it to someone like this is like for example for you like your bracelets like you'll be like yep you need something to make you look nice and pretty when you're going out. See, isn't that something you're solving? But at the same time I don't think you know what you're trying to solve. You see what I mean? You make products and you like them so you're thinking that you should sell them. But if you can come up with like something as a problem, then that will be one way to supercharge your business. But at the same time, like if you're not really solving a problem, you're gonna have to constantly innovate and change. And because if you sell me a bracelet once, that's it. But you need to be able to sell different products over time, or else your business will not be scalable. You know what I mean? You'll sort of get to a specific size, and then you'll sort of stay at that size. And then also depends on what you want, because you said you want to be your own boss. So you need to yani, see sort of do you want to have a one man company or do you want to have a company that's going to grow and have employees and stuff. And then also you're studying something very different from what you're doing your business. So that's also another thing that you need to sort of come to a decision about.
oh yeah. I guess it's a lot to think about, you know. Um and I'm willing to do the work and invest the time to figure this out, the business. And hopefully with your help I'll be able to.
100% together we'd definitely be able to do it. And as I told you from like when we were messaging each other earlier, anything right here.
Your voice you told me earlier what? I didn't hear the last part.
As I was telling you earlier in your messages and stuff, I was saying anything you need, I'm here, like always. Do
Okay. Thank you, inshallah. Shukran jazilan. Appreciate it.
you have any questions for me? And can I?
Do I have what questions and what else did you say after that?
Like, do you have any questions that you want to ask me or anything like that?
And I don't think I have any questions just yet, but I'll reach out to you, inshallah, soon
And then
about.
where are you from? Like, which state are you in again? Because I can't remember if you told me or not.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh yeah, NC. Okay,
Yes, that's where I'm based for now.
nice, nice. Yeah, I've never been to America, but I've got like mad family out there.
You have family here?
Yeah, I've got. I don't know about North Carolina, but I have family in Boston. I have family in Michigan. I have family in New York. I have family in California.
Dang, you have a lot in here. I only have like two immediate family, my mom and dad, and like two uncles. That's it.
Oh, man. Oh, bless. And also, I'm gonna see who I know in in North Carolina and see if I can put you in touch with them. But yeah, because the Sudanese population is massive everywhere. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Like Is your business targeting Sudanese or is it targeting everyone? Because that's the
Everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sudanese too. At the same time, there are things in there that are not like culturally based, like Sudanese culture, like khumra, stuff like that. Like it's mostly like hair care products and skin products. That's for everyone.
Nice. And then is your plan to just sell online or do you want to have your own store, your own place?
For now, I want to start off online and sell it at events and stuff like that. But when size expand and grow, then like a store is the next step.
Okay. And then where are you selling? How can people buy your products?
Oh, I just like they order online and I just ship it over to them because the products are in my
Where
apartment.
do they go? Which website or which Facebook or like explain the process to your fellow potential customers that are joining in or going to watch later on this live.
Okay. Okay, so they go on my business channel, the Kinetic Collections, Instagram or Facebook, uh, or TikTok, whatever, and then they'll find my the name of my business there and the link to it. So they in the website link, the website, yeah, they click on the link, it takes them to my business site, which it has like obviously the purpose of my business and all the products and the description and the prices, and then I ship worldwide, so they can choose this. Yeah, they can choose just put the address in the products they want, and I get the order, and um, I just fulfill it. I get after they get paid. They pay first, and then the I fulfill the order and I ship it over to them. Simple.
And are your products just for girls, or is there products for like
For
what
everyone.
for me, for example?
What is it? What's for you?
What would you recommend? Which one of your products would you recommend for me? How's it that?
I would say the Karkar hair oil because I feel like that works for everybody.
Okay.
And face wash and toner and everything except for khumra because you're a man.
Okay. No home.
Khumra, yeah.
Everything.
White musk is for a man. So Karkar, white musk, any hair face products.
But also, I'll make sure I definitely buy one of your products, and then give you like a review and let you know what I think of it. And then in terms of yourself, have you registered as a sole partnership or as a company or what business?
Yeah, I registered a while back actually. I'm a sole proprietor. I'm just me.
And then in terms
So
of your
they,
name, protecting and trademark
I'm
it,
sorry.
or, and you're conducting collections, how are you going to like protect the brand and have you trademarked it or?
Yeah, I'm gonna trademark it. But here I have to like after there's a certain period where you can launch first and make sure that you sell, prove that this brand is yours. Then you can go ahead and what's it called?
And register and protect it.
Yes, basically that's the one.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna just give me a couple of months, then I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that no one can steal my name and my logo, or they get sued.
Your logo looks dope as well, and I really like it.
And yes, my logo. There's this girl named Lena. Um, oh my gosh, she's from Sudan. She's the one who created this logo, and she's such a lifesaver. She created my logo, my labels, my shipping boxes. An absolute genius. I recommend
Nice. Shout out.
everyone. I'm following her. Um, let me give you her name. I don't know if I can get out of here
Yeah.
or not, but absolutely,
In the chat so people can see where.
definitely. Yeah. So if all those who are watching on the live right now, if you're thinking about starting a business, and if you're looking for someone to create logos for you, or looking for someone to create a brand for you, reach out to Lena. Lena is an amazing girl. She lives in Sudan. She's based in Sudan, but I'm from the United States. If I can reach out to her and have her create this brand, like my brand, y'all can do it too.
Lena
Yes.
Badruddin.
Lena,
Shout out to Lena Badruddin,
can,
yo.
Leanne, can you please put her
Yeah, her Instagram.
add her Instagram? Let me go ahead because I don't remember it, but an absolute genius. Without this girl, my brand would not be looking dope because I had a whole different idea. But this girl came, I gave her what I want, and then she, boom, she came
I
with
love
it. Excellent, excellent. But I could never have dreamed of this look at her, ever. So, Lena Badruddin, an absolute genius from Sudan. Y'all want to reach out, you have a business, reach out to Lena. She'll create the brand for you,
it.
everything.
What's up, man?
Or for all those who want to start a business, reach out to IntelliGire Solutions. That's the people who created my website. Give them a shout out. IntelliGire Solutions, run by Zargam, Muhammad, and Wahab. And
Nice.
yeah,
Are they Sudanese as well?
no, they are not Sudanese. They're I think they're born in the United. They're from the United States, but they're from a Pakistani origin,
Nice.
basically. But they created my website. They are amazing, guys. Please, please, if you have a want your business website or any website, reach out to them. IntelliGire. All right, they're out for y'all.
So I'm just getting a little bit thirsty, so I'm just gonna grab some water. Listen, you have a lot of very dedicated and very loyal followers and fans and friends, I see. So, do any of your friends and fans have any questions that they want to ask or any comments or
Your voice is a beat. I can't hear anything. What'd you say?
anything? Can you hear me now or no?
No, I can't hear. There's a lot of movement.
Can you hear me or no? Can you hear me now?
I can hear right now.
Yeah, I was saying you have a lot of very dedicated and loyal friends and fans. So I was saying, do any of your friends and fans have any like questions they want to ask to either of us, or if they have any comments that they can say about, I mean, especially like Rayan Idris, she was like, "Yep, the website developers are amazing." Like she's all over that, and they're saying they love your logo. But in terms of her products, have you guys tried her products and you guys like her products? And tell us what
Yes,
is products.
give us your opinions, guys. For those who bought from me, just
Real life testimonials, you know.
yes, we do.
That's
And
the most important. You need to make sure you get like either a hashtag Kandaka collections, like, trending, and then make sure people film themselves using your product and then telling people what they like. I mean, telling you what they like about it so that you can post it, and because that's how people like gain and believe your trust and build up the brand. You know what I mean?
yes, definitely.
100%.
So far, I got feedback from some. They gave me a shout out on Instagram, so I was so proud of that. I was like, yes.
Nice. Go, go. And then
It
especially
was,
by themselves, you don't have to ask them. That's the sign of a
yeah,
truly good.
thank you.
No, I think you're gonna be successful. I don't think you have any problems because you're tenacious. You're
She said, Fatima said, yes, I love the Karkar oil. Thank you so much,
that,
Fatima. I really appreciate
that's
it.
dope.
Please spread the word.
Yes, and I'll make sure I tell the Sudanese community here about how awesome your Karkar oil is and your other products and get them to buy it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You ship to the UK. Like, how long does it take?
Okay, right now the shipping is in the US, but
You,
my website developers are working on ship, so can ship worldwide. So just give me some times, guys. But if you're in the US, please take advantage of this time because shipping is free right now. Because this is just like I did it. Um, what's it called? Because when I lost my business, I just want to give customers something, you know. So free shipping all week until Monday. And we ship in all states in the United States and Canada. Okay.
dope. You guys hear that? So all over America, Canada, it's free shipping. So make sure you take advantage of it until the offer runs out, because obviously she's not going to do free shipping forever. And then Diane also told you that she loved the body butter and the Nile Clove hairspray, and that they're both amazing. Okay, now.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad. I'm so happy.
That's dope. All right, listen, I have to run because it's like super duper late. You know what time it is here, actually? I think it's like four
My goodness.
nearly in the morning.
It's 11:34 here.
Yeah, it's nice and early there. So basically, I'm just gonna talk you through because you said it's your first live, right?
Mhm.
So basically, click the X button and then
It's my first live on like on my
pardon?
business.
Oh, so you've done lives before, so you're a pro.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. But I'm not often, but I've been on them.
Right. And then for me, what I normally do is use Instagram Downloader and
Hmm.
the video, and then that way I can post it on YouTube and post it on my page if I need to post it. But make sure you save the live in it because it was like useful and valuable. You know.
And how do I save the live? I'm
Basically,
sorry, I didn't
click X and then click end the live, and
know.
then put in the description, and then click share.
Mm.
If you don't, like sometimes it doesn't save. But if it doesn't, if you like somehow decide like not to click share, then it should be in your archives. But sometimes it's not, so that's why like I'm giving you the heads up to try it and to remember to save it.
All right. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No worries.
All right. Thank you so
It was a
much.
pleasure,
Uh,
guys. I hope you benefited. Yeah, Kandaka Collections, and I hope everyone else enjoyed it as well. Yeah.
right. Bye. Bye, everyone. See you on the next live. Allah. Bye.